that the Lions didn't deserve to be considered as the favorite, the top seed. I mean, there was a lot of expectation, especially after last year, right? And what he's built up. So, yeah, I could see him getting very passionate emotion. You have to give – you're going to do a year-end presser, but the post-game presser is going to be harder than the day after in your final season your bye-bye presser. So a lot of emotions. You're coming out of the locker room. They're hanging their heads. This was the big year. So, yeah.
What if you're a coach that might have those emotions, but you don't show it in front of the media? Would you advise someone, hey, you know what? Be yourself. Show more emotions. Show more explosiveness, frustration.
No, because if you can control your emotions and your persona is to control your emotions in different settings, and then that's you. You can't tell someone to be yourself if that's what you do. In to you do it when it's the right time. You know what I mean? Like if someone's not comfortable in doing that and they want to, show a strong front for their team, then that's what they do. Then that's that person. They're not hiding it.
I think fans are often misled by what they see on camera. One way or the other. Because I'll give you an example. I ran this by Kevin Kruger yesterday after their practice, right? They have 2 bad losses. They lose by 22 in each game at Boise and at CSU, right? We talked to him after the game. He's kind of baseline, right? Not freaking out. They win 2 games against 2 of the favorites in the league, one on the road, Utah State, San Diego State. He's kind of baseline. And I actually ran it by him. I said, hey, you see Dan Campbell like on the verge of tears. And I framed the question more like, how do you deal with, as a coach, publicly and privately, the ups and downs of the season? Like you could freak out every time there's an up or a down. And some coaches do that. I don't know what the right approach is. I thought about it when we were talking to Kevin Kruger in San Diego, and I was like, he kind of went right back to tough games coming up, on to Wyoming. And I know fans were ripping him because he wasn't like, I don't know what they want, throwing punches at me and other people taking video after Colorado State and Boise State. What are you going to do? Trust me, if the thing with him is if you watch the games, I think he shows a lot of emotion on the sideline. He just kind of masks it well, but there are times you'll see him. He will cover his face and just start going like he goes nuts. And people are like, "Oh, all he's doing there is squatting, not doing anything." I'm like, trust me, he gets really, really mad.
I'll give you another example on the locals front, and we were just talking about this at practice today about the 3 coaches we've had for the Vegas Golden Knights: Gerard Gallant, Peter DeBoer, and Bruce Cassidy.
All seemingly different.
But they were 3 of the best coaches you could ask for in a press conference. But right now, we have the absolute best. Gerard Gallant he was funny. He could be truculent.
But he did get pissy.
He'd get pissy,
yeah.
But he told you what he was thinking. DeBoer is a brilliant mind. He's got a law degree, but he played the lawyer role and he wouldn't give you everything. Bruce Cassidy does not care, and he will break down everything, not caring who they're about to play.
That's cool.
And because in his mind, he's like, I'm going against another NHL coach. So that being said, we don't necessarily see him go off as much as we do break things down rather than get pissy, as you said. But last night, he was angry at his team. I've never really heard coaches dog their goaltenders. It's always, we need to do more in front of them. We need to block shots. We have to score. Last night, he said point blank. Now, this is getting away from crying on the dais, but what my point is, Cassidy, everything you see is true to form. It's him, whether he's upbeat, whether he's, breaking things down, being analytical, or last night, he was angry. When he went off in November that we need to be more defensive, we need to do this, they all of a sudden, in December, they were allowing 1.8 goals per game, the only team to allow less than 2 per game. Now, over this 1-6 stretch, they're allowing 3-4 goals. He said, we need better goaltending. Our goaltenders, sometimes we can't bail them out. We need them to bail us out. They got to come up with the big save. He's not getting yelling and he's not crying, but my point is that's somebody who you can trust every bit of emotion that you see at every press conference.
So I think Dan Campbell and the Lions are going to attract some good candidates for the coordinator positions, if not boosts from within. Is there any part of, say, Griffin's enthusiasm for Ben Johnson being hired that you also took away from the top dog in the division? Is there anyone willing here to say that this is the end of high-level winning with Dan Campbell? That those guys were the guys, that Glenn and Johnson were the guys, and now the Lions are headed towards good records, but they ain't winning 15 games.
Yeah, people in Minneapolis, Green Bay, and Detroit, and Chicago.
Okay.
I mean, that's where you're going to get, and I mean, you're only playing them twice a year, but nevertheless, you're getting somebody who knows the system, right? Go to a rival school team.
Griffin,
But there's going to be doubters.
Here's what I want from Griffin. Just say it. The Bears are going to win more games next year than the Lions.
We ended the Detroit Super Bowl window, baby. Let's go. It's over.
That is a bet I want to make closer to the season. I want to see who the coaches are, what happens in the offseason. A Bears head-to-head wins against the Lions. I'm not saying I'm taking even or that the Bears are surpassing.
Allegiant Stadium is the home to world-class events like the Raiders, the Rebels, Pro Soccer, and Superstar concerts. And your home for the pre- and post-game parties is the Tailgater Tavern. Less than a half mile from the stadium, the Tailgater features 24 beers on tap and killer happy hour specials and gaming promotions. Plus, the kitchen is cooking up everything from shareable bar bites to breakfast, flatbread pizzas, and monster-sized burgers. This is your sports viewing headquarters. The Tailgater Tavern at Russell and Valley View, your gateway to the stadium.
Hi, I'm Miley O'Keefe. In competitive gymnastics, flexibility and precision are crucial, and Les Olson IT knows how important flexibility and precision are to your business. It's why they deliver the very best IT security, office equipment, collaborative technology, and so much more. Let Les Olson IT's Perfect 10 service empower your business at lesolsonit.com. Les Olson IT.
Good morning.
Vegas is built on service.
Studio lights on, please.
3 shifts a day.
All right, let's do this.
As your morning begins,
It's showtime. We have a lot to talk about live on the program for the next 3 hours.
to do our part, News 3 Today delivers Las Vegas stories that shape your community.
Just into breaking news on the economic front.
So, whether it's late breaking
news.
bumper to bumper,
Avoid using flamingo.
or clearing skies,
No showers anticipated.
it's News 3 Today.
When you are injured, knowing that someone has your back changes everything.
Our family has spent over 3 decades fighting and pursuing justice for the injured. It's a long family heritage that we proudly carry on.
From our father to our family to the expert legal team at DeCastro-Verde, we founded this firm for you. We're the DeCastro-Verde brothers.
And we have your back.
brotherswin.com.
Treasure Island has some of the best food and entertainment in Vegas. Enjoy Phil's Steakhouse, a classic steakhouse that features prime cuts of meat, seafood, and Italian specialties. Treasure Island is also home to Gillies, a longtime favorite of tourists and locals. A honky-tonk atmosphere with live music and dance floor for two-stepping and line dancing. Check out their toughest cowboy competition every Thursday with $200 up for grabs. Treasure Island, where parking is free. Visit Treasure Island and experience the best value on the Strip.
21 years or older. Please drink responsibly. Management reserves all rights.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at tryethos.com. That's tryethos.com.
Now back to Cofield and Company, live from Oasis Bar and Grill on ESPN Las Vegas and ESPN Reno.
Reno with us, brought to you by Battleborn Injury Lawyer, 766-1400. There's a call from everywhere in the state of Nevada. Got to dial 775 in the north. Office is in this area, downtown Vegas, Summerlin, Henderson, I'm just waiting.
I was letting you get your pitch done, getting your intro done, but you triggered something in my head when you challenged young Griffin.
Well, I was trying to sucker him into a bet.
Right.
Lions downfall, Bears coming up.
Like you did me, and
I did it to you a couple years ago. Chiefs and Raiders?
No.
Minus 2.5?
Shush.
2.5 wins? That was
like you did. No, that was Jacksonville versus the Texans, if I'm not mistaken. But earlier this season, we settled on Alexander Ovechkin.
Yeah, where I'm not doing well in that one.
He's got 21. Shush. He's got 21 goals in 30 games. That comes to 70%. There are 36 games left in the season. He's on pace to score 25 goals if he stays at the exact same pace. He's 20 goals shy of Wayne. Boy, I'm nipping away at the 2 meals I owe you.
You feel good about that, huh? You feel good about 94-year-old Ovechkin making the rest of the season without breaking a leg again?
Absolutely.
That was a good comeback. I thought he was down for a long time.
He came,
and our bet actually was around 42 goals for the season because that's what he needed to break Gretzky's record. So good for you, man. Good for Ovechkin.
He needed 42. He needs 41 because he's got 21 and I think he's 20 shy. So 42 total. Look, the way some of my colleagues out in DC, like from the Hockey News and everything, they had said they were confident. The Capitals were confident. It was serious, but he was going to come back in that 6-week time frame. Wasn't a major break as far as a fracture or whatever. I was just shocked at how he came out swinging first few games back. And Washington's, they're sitting atop the Eastern Conference, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they're still number 1 in the NHL right now. Can you imagine if we get the Capitals and the Golden Knights back in the Stanley Cup? That would be kind of fun.
Be cool. Are you covering any of the women's basketball league now? This new one, Unrivaled?
Not necessarily like covering it like a beat writer, but I just did a feature on Kate Martin, former Las Vegas Ace, Golden State Valkyrie guard. Been on most of the Zooms that they've offered. So I am going to be working on some featured. I have watched it, and it's intriguing. And look, if my schedule is there, and if I'm home and I got one of the 3 TVs on the wall, I'll put it on. It's not like I'm racing home to watch it. There's not matchups yet where I'm going, I got to see this. Like in the WNBA, I'm racing home and I'm putting it on. Sometimes I'd have all 3 TVs on WNBA, but it's fun. It's different. It's 3-on-3 hoops. And you have to know, the fact that you know who the players are, the fact that I know some of the players actually, in terms of covering them, it's been fun. I'll put it that way.
Do they have social media? They aggressive
Major.
with their?
Oh,
they
yeah.
do?
Big time.
Okay. Because I'd have to look. I haven't really been paying attention. The only videos I've seen, I saw one that was very complimentary of this women's league called Unrivaled, where it was like a 6-pass set where someone nailed a 3 from the top of the key. Almost every other video I see is of Angel Reese getting blocked, destroyed. Someone described her making the dream shake, and I was like, I got to see this, right? Hakeem's old dream shake, and she basically tried to drop step into the middle of the lane. The defender didn't move, and then Angel Reese took the ball and threw it against the side of the glass and missed. And I think grabbed her own rebound, so she can still offensive rebound, but she's not jumping over anyone or taking anyone out of their shoes with the dream shake. Coming up, Sammy P on what just happened this weekend in the National Football League and what the odds look like. Some leans, some likes for the Final Four in the NFL.
Traffic is brought